In spite of how well Kamala Harris's campaign is going, if you watch the media by way of the polls, they will tell you this is too close to call. It's a toss-up. It's so close we can't tell who's going to win. Well, you would think if that were the case that other factors would be equal as well, like state fundraising. You would think if there's similar support for both candidates that they'd have similar amounts of fundraising. Well, in August, Donald Trump's campaign raised $130 million, have $295 million on hand. It's a lot of money. Conversely, Kamala Harris in August raised $361 million and has $404 million cash on hand. Kamala Harris raised almost 3 times as much as Donald Trump in the month of August. How can that be if they're so close in the polls? How is that possible? There's another factor that doesn't come into play in the polls. There's been an unprecedented amount of new registered voters. They're all younger voters, and they largely vote Democratic. How does that show up in the polls? Does that show up in the polls? These media outlets and the polls keep trying to tell us it's close, and I keep saying, I won't go as far as a landslide, but I do say it's going to be a decisive win for Kamala Harris. And I'm looking forward to the day after the election, when there is a decisive win by Kamala Harris and a lot of the down ballots as well. I want to come out here on TikTok and I want to speak to the media and the pollsters and all the other motherfuckers and say, how is it we knew and you didn't? You guys are getting paid the big money. You have all the resources. You have everything, but you continue to tell us it was close, and it wasn't close. I'm looking for that day. I am a guy who will tell you, I told you so. I'm sorry, it's a flaw, but that's what I'm going to do.